Okay. If you just heard me swallow just now, you'll know that the mic works. You guys, I got this working right after I recorded yesterday. And so I had to come on and just tell you guys that we got it figured out. Guys, okay, I still have to wash my hair. It is what it is. But yeah, having the mic up and like this, guys. Okay, so after I did get it to work, I feel like a star. I mean, it's just been like, if I break out into song, I've been very musical, just singing along my favorite songs of like, it's been very, very, very nice. So if this is all just like testing, 1, 2, 3, so that you guys can see that it's working, the mic is amazing, and I tested it consistently, and this is the new setup. I like this. This works, you know. Hey, Carl, welcome, willkommen. Yeah, I know it's a big relief. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me through the Mercury. There might even still be some, who knows, by Mercury stationing direct. How's it been for you guys? How has this Mercury retrograde been? It's been, my sleep, maybe that's Mars actually. No, Mercury rules my 12th house. So it is, it's both. My sleep has just been so, I've been sleeping very, very deeply since the autumnal equinox, when I got out and I was picking apples like all day. Whew, I love that though. It's like the quality sleep that you get when you work out and you exert your body and you're like flexing your muscles, or when you're getting a lot of fresh air. You just sleep so well. And so I've just been sleeping a lot, but then like working late, and then I have, some of this going on. But it's good. It's all good. It's almond milk. It's almond milk with like a little bit of coffee. So yeah, how have you guys been feeling the Mercury retrograde? All of them have been pretty beneficial for me this year, so I'm not too. Hey Troy, welcome. You passed the test. Your guys are so sweet to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been pretty great. Just getting everything in order, getting all the ducks in a row, getting everything just like organized. It's really funny stories. Okay, so I bought a bed. I bought another what's in my hair now? I bought another mattress, and I bought a bed frame, and on a Mercury retrograde. And here's the thing, you just always know that there's going to be, like the microphone, like you're going to have to do more, or there's going to be stuff. And so I paid for the extra installation service that was yesterday, where they just bring it into the room and they do all of the things. I'm kidding. They do all the things, and so he's unpacking it, and I knew that there isn't it, but you don't want to like step on people's toesies, especially with like Mars. Mars is gonna go through all this again, like 2 more times. So just being very cognizant of that. So it's 2 dudes, and he brought it. I'm on this is the 2nd floor, and he brought it into the room, my 2nd bedroom, and he, Carl Jung also had this psychic ability where he for him, he felt it like in his stomach, like a pressure building in his stomach. Oh, what's that movie? I love this movie with Keira Knightley and Michael Fassbender. Who plays Freud? I think it's Viggo Mortensen. Love that movie. It's such a cool movie. But he talks about it in that movie, and the wood pops, and it's just like a whole thing. I had that feeling, and sure enough, the dude. It's okay. So I bought this like memory foam mattress, and it's like it's in plastic, and then you rip it and out of the plastic, and then it needs like, I don't know, like a couple days to puff up. So he's cutting the plastic, and he cuts into the bed. The bed is like compressed, right? And it's a big fucking rip. Like and he just like doesn't say anything. And I'm not like a Libra or anything like that, but I have a 7th house stellium, so I have like it's called a Libra affinity. So I have to let like my other placements kind of like kick in a little bit. But then I addressed it, and I was like, oh, is there another case within the case? I asked like a question, like kind of like a Libra Cancer rising way around it, like kind of going around it. And he's like, no, the plastic's the only casing. And I was like, oh, there's a rip here. And so we start the process, and he's like, so you're rejecting the package because it's damaged? I said, yes. I am rejecting this package because it's Astrological says, oh, thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Love the high ceilings and rafters. Yeah, this is it's an old building, very old building, but it's been it's got all of the eco environmental stuff, like the toilet has buttons and it's very eco friendly. So these cathedral ceilings, it's energetically really nice too. So thank you very much. Yeah, I think this is the setup, guys, and I have this light behind the camera. I'm not going to use it because we have adequate lighting now, but I think this is it. I think this is the thing. You know, we'll see how we feel Mercury stations. But yeah, so you know, we got the whole process. So they're sending another one tomorrow. So it's like, but it wasn't, you know, there was no blame. It doesn't matter. It's like, you know, it didn't make a big deal, you know. So when Mercury retrogrades, just bake into it those kinds of, adjust your expectations. Know that it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of, you know, going over a game, you know. So yeah, so that's a boring little Mercury retrograde story for you guys. Oh, let's do the fit check. Okay, so I know I never do fit checks, but I just feel into it. So we've got, like, I feel very Pugsley today. Look at that. We've got the little, you know, this is just so cute, and I can't really wear it anymore because it's not that season anymore. But I just really like these little shorts, and I like the mom, you know, going up, the mom waisting of the shorts. So yeah, very Pugsley today, very Addams Family. And it's just, you know, Mercury retrograde's also, you know, bringing stuff up, like feelings coming up, but then letting them go, just letting it out, you know, any memories, past stuff, nostalgia, all of that. It comes up to be felt and to maybe assess it from your current level of consciousness, what was going on, what happened in your former levels of consciousness, and you know, but that's what it is. You know, it doesn't, so you know, always hold off on that kind of thing until after Mercury stations direct, because there's always more coming to light. So not even just more evidence coming to light, but also, you know, what you think and how you feel, more of those kinds of things coming to light. So yeah, the bed frame is actually here, and I have to go. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to lift it. I need to do more, I don't know, eat more Wheaties. So I think I'll probably just open it downstairs and take the pieces up piece by piece. I have great neighbors and everything, so I'm not like worried or anything. And has a dancing pole. I forget that it's like a visual, like, you know, when people come in, they're like, you know, so, but it's like, yeah, it's just, it's a fun fitness thing, which is kind of a shame that I have my skin, I just bruise really easily. I'm like, my skin is like ripe fruit, you know, just like, so when I'm doing pole a lot, my legs just they don't look pretty. They're all bruisey. But anyway, how are you guys doing on this Mercury retrograde? If you have any questions for me, just drop them in the chat box, because this is really just to prove to you guys that my mic is working and that it's working very well. And a cute little fit check, because I just like the black and white today. And Cloud Mattress came in the mail, best bed ever. Yeah, I mean, it looked really great. It was really soft, a little piece of torn fabric that I touched. So I'm excited about it. You know, it's nice, it's fun, you know. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited I'm waiting for Mercury to station direct to tell you and to bring it all out into the open, but I'm really excited. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, subscribe to the channel, toggle the notification bell, and you know, you don't want to miss the Halloween special. We have some special stuff coming up for Halloween, the best freaking holiday of the year. Something's up with Jack. Something's up with Jack. I feel like I've been playing like all of my favorite, listening to my favorite music. I've just been like pretending like I'm just like a little, I don't know. Don't know if we're gonna get him back. Like, it's just so fun. Like, this is so much fun. So, you know, I'm happy that it's like this and that it all works and everything's good to go. Was there I think I wrote something else that I was supposed to do here. The mic works now. Fit check questions. Okay, so yeah, no, we did everything here. So, all right, I'm gonna log off and go get this frame, put this frame together, and I'll wash my hair eventually. That's a weekend thing. And I'm gonna do, oh, so I'm gonna head over to La Patreon and do our Friday weeklies. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So that's what we're doing over on La Patreon right now, Friday. I'm gonna bring up the frame first. We'll see how that goes. If that's not too long of a thing, we'll see. God, I hate heavy lifting. I really do. I don't like it. And taking out the those are the two things that I really feel very Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Aquarius about, where it's like completely beneath me. Completely beneath me, that I just don't resonate with. Like, I don't resonate with having to lift heavy things. I do not resonate with taking out trash. I do not resonate with any of that. Like, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't resonate. So we'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. Send me all of your good photons, and I'll check in on you guys next time. Would she go down on you in a theater? Okay, I'm just playing around. That was just like a joke. I've never gone down on anyone in a theater, but it's just... All right, that's enough of that. I'm the mirror image of you. Aquarius, Sun, Cancer, Sun, and Cat, Moon. Brandon, that's so cool. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, to have your big three that like compatible, that is so much fun. So you're an Aquarius, Sun, Cancer, Sun, and Cat, Moon. That is so cool. The Cat Moons, I really feel for Cat Moons. Capricorn Moons, it's like, it's always a struggle. It's always, there's always something. There's always, it's a very Eeyore energy. Capricorn placements are always Eeyore energy. And so Cat Moon is like the kind of like the quintessential Eeyore energy, because it's very internal. It's very private. It has nothing to do with society or your partners or your family or your friends. It is just so subjective, and you know, let those things, visible, public status, reputation oriented sign in the zodiac. So to have your moon there, the moon is not supposed to care about any of that. The moon, emotionally, you're supposed to just like go with what feels good and nurture yourself and not have judgment. So Moon in Capricorn is the total opposite of that. It's like, what do people think of me, you know, and what does this look like, and what is my reputation like, and you know, it's putting all of that emotional weight into that kind of thing, which is, it's not, it's like getting, so you might like achieve, you might do things that make you feel achieved, and like whatever you think will make you visibly respectable in public. You might have the Lamborghini, you might have the great job, you might have the trophy wife, you might have the 2.5 kids, you know, you might have all that, but it's like the goat that gets to the top of the mountain and you take like a breath to relax, and then you're like, the depression settles in and you're like, oh my god, this isn't it, this isn't enough, I'm not happy with this. It doesn't sustain. You know, it's also a cardinal sign, so it's like you want to just start things. You know, me, because I'm the Cancer Sun, and I'm a Capricorn Sun, and I'm a Cancer rising. It's like we need to start stuff. We need to keep it moving. We need to keep going. We need something else to aspire to. So the plateaus emotionally are very difficult for Capricorn moons to deal with. You really do need emotional. Look at me. I feel like I'm freaking like on a podcast or something. You might just, I'm sorry. I'm just so getting a kick out of this being like all of here. You just really need things where you can kind of expand and grow into it. You know, you need things where you can, where you have emotional room. Hey, Sarah, welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. We're getting off on a Capricorn moon tangent, Sarah. So, you know, so yeah, the Capricorn moon, you just will need things, like if you're going to invest emotionally, hold on, I have to cross my legs, hold on. Bear with me as I spider myself. Okay, actually move my little chair, hold on. Capricorn moons, you guys will need things that will, when you emotionally invest into stuff, you need those emotional investments to always have more places to go. Otherwise, you will get tired of it. You will get like, it's not like a fixed sign where you can just do the same thing over and over again and be totally happy with it. It's more like you're gonna plateau. Like anything you emotionally invest in, you will plateau. So you really do need to emotionally invest in things that, how would I put this? It's almost like if it's a job, if you start a job, you love the job, you're gonna plateau, and but that's a little bit easier because you can start a new project within the job. You can change what you're doing in the job. You can grow in the job. You can. But other things like relationships or maybe things where, especially if it has anything to do with societal pressures, and you're outgrowing it. If you stay in your mind of like your emotional mind where it's like, well, I have to be, you have to stick with it. I have to and stay with it for the wrong reasons, because of how something looks or because of expectations or a sense of duty and obligation and burden. Capricorn's good with that. That's why Capricorn's are a lot of alcoholics. Like, yeah, we can stay committed. We can stay in the dead end job or the whatever, and we can stay, but we have some kind of, that's why Capricorns can party so bad, like on the weekends. Like they work so hard during the week and then they get crazy. Like no one can go get so crazy like a freaking Capricorn, but it's because we keep the lid on so tight. So it's like that pressure has to blow. That pressure, I am telling y'all, telling Brandon, telling everybody here, that sigh was spot on. LOL. Yeah, because I love my cappies. I love my goats. But yeah, that pressure has to blow. Like we always have to. If we don't have like the valve that like releases the pressure throughout, we can't do. Goats are pretty horny. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like you have to have other things in your chart that will empower you to do like being a monk or something. You have to have other stuff that really helps. Otherwise, that it's like putting yourself under like an insane amount of pressure, and then it's gonna have to blow. And it's either gonna blow outwards or you're gonna internally implode. So you really just need maybe like stepping stones or like little goals along the way, or little projects within the big project, so that you don't get like overwhelmed with the monotony. Capricorn especially, like all the cardinal signs have that. All the cardinal signs, like Aries is so, Aries is able to act on their passions and just boom. Aries' psychic ability is so cool because it's so based in action. It's like boom, boom, like they can just get the inspiration and act and just do the physical thing. Hold on, I have 6 planets in Capricorn. A lot of pressure. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, Brandon. Absolutely, especially if one of your big 3 in Capricorn. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. I have a stellium in Capricorn. All of the pandemic babies have their stelliums in Capricorn too. So, but just focus on honesty and integrity. I mean, you guys know the manifesto here, the 3-word manifesto: truth, love, and integrity. So if you stick to that, it'll empower you to do the hard things that are best and help you feel good about it, and where the pressure doesn't get, it's like let me tell you this way, the more pressure you put, it's like the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That is so Capricorn. That's why we have Saturn returns that kick our fucking asses. They kick us in the butts, man. It's just because it's Saturn. It's like Saturn rules integrity. Saturn rules depression. Actually, let me just show you guys this real quick. Give me a second here. Hold on. Give me a second. We're almost. Hold on. I'm gonna show you this. Oh wait, this. Check this out. Thank you, Al. Thank you. Al got me this off of my wish list. Like, how cool is that? It says Saturn and Bruce Lee. That's a lot of planets. Oh my God. We cannot get into a Bruce Lee tangent because Bruce is my boy. When I was learning martial arts, I was learning Jeet Kune Do, and I was learning so much good stuff. And I was reading not just like, of course, the art of Jeet Kune Do, but his whole philosophy, and it's like a whole spiritual thing. It's freaking amazing. I definitely recommend it. But studies in the history of natural philosophy, religion, and art, Saturn and melancholy. Like, isn't that just so perfect? Isn't that so perfect? I got this recommendation from an astrologer, and so I just like that resonates. Saturn and melancholy, that resonates. So yeah, actually Bruce Lee would be a great person to study. Now, if you have like that scorpionic energy, Scorpio can either be super sexual and super like sex maniac, of course, but what people, that's like the cookbook type of thing about Scorpio, but they're the ones that can totally be celibate and be very monk-like and be super, like Gandhi, the Gandhi. So, but sometimes celibacy is more forced, and then you just don't have the option, and so then it's like, okay, well, the pressure's just gonna build, and all right, that it is what it is. But there's devices for that too. I'm Aquarius rising, sun in Capricorn. Man, I want to be a transgender woman. It's God's path. If you're feeling what you feeling, man, do feel it out. I mean, wait for Mercury to station direct. But sit with your feelings. Everything that comes up, a thought, a feeling, don't judge it. Be the awareness behind the awareness, and observe it. Observe what you're feeling, because it's going to pass, and more other thoughts are going to come up, and other feelings, and the same thoughts and feelings are going to come up too. But the thoughts that come up consistently, they form your beliefs. So if you have a thought, you wake up kind of depressed in the morning because you're thinking about yesterday, you're thinking about the day before, you're thinking about an issue, you're thinking about all the problems in your entire life up until that morning. That's a belief, and your Capricorn energy has very ingrained beliefs that could benefit from being questioned. And Capricorn may not be the ones so likely to question beliefs because they care so much about fitting in, they care so much about the status quo, they care so much about their place in the status quo. It's like Capricorns will be the one to perpetuate systems and institutions that are not good, that are not healthy, that are not innovative, that are not growing in a sense, because they benefit from the status it gives them, if that makes any sense. So it's like someone that might not believe in pay equality between men and women in the workplace because they feel or they think that they benefit more from it. So they would be, that dark Capricorn would be more of like not wanting to advocate for that because they might feel threatened by it. And here's what I'm going to say about that kind of a thing, and this applies to so much. Well, this apartment's not a good example, but let's say there was a door. Let's say there was a door between this room and like over there, and I had the light on in this room. Now, if I open the door, it's going to light up that other room, right? But it doesn't take away any of the light that's available or that is shining in this room, but yet it's still lighting the room over there. Okay, so with like Capricorn energy, really analyze the feelings and the thoughts that are coming up, and really let yourself question why you want to force something, why you want to stick with something, and the institutions that you've built and believed in, because of course Capricorn can keep something going. I mean, look at 2020, like like Capricorn can keep it going, Capricorn, but it'll really pay a personal price for it, because that pressure is really going to build up, and it crumbles in on itself. And that's why Capricorns can be just like super alcoholic. So let me see. Swag. Finland. Finland, welcome Finland. Finnish blood. No, that's Swedish. Hold on, I'm trying to think if I know anything in Finnish. I wanted to learn Finnish and I could not find at the time a Finnish tutor in Chicago, so I learned Mutta minä en puhu somea. Puhutteko te englantia? That's Swedish, that's not Finnish. Oh wait, but you can tell me, because I'm pretty sure that that's Swedish, but anyway, but I learned German instead, so ich liebe die Deutsche. Let's see, makes absolute sense. I know a lot of people, I know people like that, lol, yeah. I always have very idealistic hope for Capricorn, sun, moon, risings, like in life, but it's like, you see the fear. You see the fear of losing their status, losing their reputation, losing their money, losing their, they put so much energy into those things, and it's like, another one bites the dust. Okay, let me see. Sexual transmutation. I am Scorpio and I have been no fap. Feels great. That is so cute. I love that. And I have been no fap, and it feels great. That's I'm telling you, like, that scorpionic energy. That's so much power that you can harness like that. And it's on my list. It's been so busy, you guys. Like, I've been working like 5 jobs at once lately. Like on this Mercury retrograde, like getting everything prepared. Jupiter in Aries has been really expanding my 4th house of home and hearth and kith and kin. So it's been great. I'm really actually very excited for Jupiter to go back into Pisces, because that is so dreamy. That is so like psychic and spiritual. And September had the full moon that closed up the new moon from March. So that new moon in the spring, we did have so much Pisces energy. It was so dreamy and so big and so expansive and limitless and porous, like just very, a lot, something about, we had Mars and Venus going together, and it was like this whole thing in January, February, March. So that full moon in September was kind of showing you the results, showing you if that dream was viable, or if it is still viable, or if it had some substance to it, or if it was just a wisp. What is that? A wisp in the wind or something, or just like a passing fancy. So, now as we are getting into October, we're on the new moon in Libra. Now we're moving into making some different changes and changing some focus with our energies. But when Jupiter goes back into Pisces, it's kind of going to maybe pick up some of those storylines from the beginning of the year, what was really inspiring, and then also building off of whatever September showed with that full moon in Pisces, with that Jupiter in Pisces. So I'm excited for that. Your sunlight analogy is perfect, though. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad that helps, because that is, especially if you have any Capricorn energy, or if anyone, that applies to so many situations. Turning on the light in one room, opening the door, that second room is lit up. It doesn't take away the light in that first room. It doesn't take away the light in the first room. So yeah, just remember that. You should go visiting Finland. I think I was in Helsinki for just like a passing, like I didn't leave the airport, so it doesn't really count. I feel like if you're, I did go to also like the museums and the airports and stuff like that, but I feel like that doesn't count as like visiting Finland, But I love a lot of Scandinavian food. I love lingonberry jam and the meatballs and everything. La meatballs. That's Italian, but I love the Swedish meatballs. I love the cloudberry jam. Oh my god, the Finns do this jam like over like I think it's like a cheese, cream cheese, and it's like okay. What got me into Finnish culture was actually him. Kapuksi 1000. Do you know him? Do you know Ville Valo? I have like it was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Loved Ville Valo, and I like Mustaja. That movie Mustaja. That was a cool movie. Ville Virtanen. Love Ville Virtanen. He's a great. I love Utti Menpa. She's amazing. Utti's cool. Love the sauna. Yeah. Oh my god, I've hated them. One day, yeah. I like the Scandies. Natalie, live once a week would be cool. I should, right? I should. Yeah, this is just okay. So Lapland. Oh, I love it. I would love to go. There's so much to do. So little time. But yeah, this life is just to be Pugsley for today. Be a little Pugsley. And show you guys that the well, the current hymn music is not like that great. Look up Razor Blade Romance. Join me in death. And it's very like, it's Razor Blade Romance. She'll be right here in my arms, so in love. She'll be okay. So I don't want to get all in. I don't want to give you the whole album. You gotta look it up yourself. But like, yeah, just look up Razor Blade Romance. That's the only album that you need. That's it. That's all you need. Razor Blade Romance. That's one of those albums where like every song is good. Like every song on Razor Blade Romance is like amazing. So that's all you need. Villevalo is wonderful. Have you watched the Netflix series Dark, German speaking? No. Is that something I should be into? Ich liebe die Deutsche Kinemathek. I have a question. Ask away, Troy. Ask away. Once this video is done, the microphone will have a cigarette. That's very. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. Guys, I've been all up in this freaking mic, like blah, 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 blah. So thank you. That's funny. Sarah, we could swap travel stories and do a live listening session. That would be, guys. Absolutely, Sarah. I love talking about that stuff. It's funny because hotels are ruled by the 12th house. So I just saw a really cool video talking about the 12th house perfection year, and hotels were very prominent in that year for this person. And so I just thought to myself, like, wow, that's funny because the 12th house is secret sorrows, self-undoing, but it's also prisons and ashrams and meditation centers and hotels and anywhere you go that is away from public life, that is away from like regular life. So maybe Mars retrograde through my 12th is going to make me travel or something, or be in hotels or something, but it's just a cool thing. Villevalo. Brandon, very eerie and well done. At least the first few seasons, I think you'd like it. Thank you. Thank you for that recommendation. I will definitely check it out. Song name is Baby, Join Me in Death. I think it's just Join Me in Death. I don't remember the baby part. I mean, I think he says baby. We are so young, our lives have just begun. Gomez here. Okay, Troy, did you have a question? I think you had a question. You said I have a question. I'm gonna wait for Troy to post his question, and then we'll boogie. Because I'm just like hanging out with you guys as procrastination to figuring out how I'm gonna carry up that bed frame. Ugh. Heavy lifting, man. Ugh. It's just such a bummer. Lifting heavy things. So I can hear my laptop, even though I have this aerator thing that it's sitting on so that it doesn't air, so that it doesn't. So if you guys can hear that, let me know. But I also put this like further back here. But trying to think if there's anything else to say. You're gonna make me listen to Razor Blade Romance again. That's such a good album. It's like one of those, I just love that it's just like one of those perfect albums. Your stand on houseflies. Troy, you asked me like the most funniest question ever. That's something that I'm trying to work on because it's very low vibrational of me, but when there's flies, it's like human primal Natalie just takes over. It's like the strength card where there's like angelic divine Natalie saying like catch them and release them, but like I always lose that fight. It's always like the lion Natalie, like the hunter Natalie comes up, and I hunt all of them and I kill all of them with anything I have, with anything nearby. I climb, I pounce, it's sort of hilarious, you know, people, it's funny for people to watch me do this, but I don't know, it's like a very human thing. Like I don't know what it is, but it's like a trigger for me where it's like I'm immediately tracking with my eyes, and that is one thing that still distracts me. Like if I'm in a reading, it's like, that's one thing. So I'm not the highest vibrational person on houseflies. I'm very kill the motherfuckers. That's from The Edge, Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger. I don't know if I said that right. And mosquitoes. When I was riding my bike as a little child, I was following my father on the bike, and it was at nighttime, and a mosquito flew in my eyeball, and it totally fucked me up, and I like fell, and it was on the edge of a road, and it was just like gravel rocks, and I just like fell, and it fucked me up. So that was traumatizing. And then the same thing happened again later on a bike ride, same exact thing, and that one was even worse because my dad pulled us over to like his friend's house, and he had to pull, like he had to get, like the mosquito was like hold on, let me get like nice up close and like super personal with you guys here. What can I point with? I guess I'll just use my finger. Like the mosquito was like super into like all of this, like all in the goopiness. Like it was super goopy, and it was fucking gross. So I also have a personal vendetta against mosquitoes. If you could make a movie, what would be the theme? Serial killers and suicide. I catch the flies and feed them to the spiders. Let me be frank. A man after my own heart. That's exactly what I used to do. And my father regrets this, but he would take me to like up and down the alleys because I caught a spider and put it in a jar, and it was like my pet spider. So he was trying to be like supportive, and this was fine. Like he feels bad about this, but like I had a great time, so I didn't care, and I don't care now. But we would go around like the alley like catching flies for my spider. So I mean, I love that memory, and I'm very happy that I have that memory, so everybody can judge me, I don't care. I had a great time, and maybe that's why I kill flies. Maybe that's like a thing. Flies, mosquitoes, goggles, lol, me too. Apples, haha. I've cycled at a high speed and eaten a few insects. Ew, Jonathan, that's so gross. That is so gross. That's so gross. We're gonna leave it right there. Ew, is that common? I bet that is common though. I bet that's totally common. I bet that's very common. Okay, we have work to do. We have weeklies. We have to get this bed frame up. We have a lot of things, but I love you guys. I just wanted to show you guys that the mic does work. Show you that I'm Pugsley today, and to just chit chat with you guys. So it's not the flies, it's the moths for me. Oh no, I love moths. Some moths are very psychic. I got this electrifying tennis racket that electrocutes them. Harbor Freight. I had one of those from Harbor Freight. I love that you said that. My birds love when I get them. Sorry. That's okay. No, it was funny. It's funny. I love everything gross. And this is weird. I think being a Mercury square Pluto person, guys, I have a lot of jump scares in my life. Like you're watching a horror movie and you turn the corner and like something happens and they go, wow, you know, that happens to me in my life all the time. And I like jump scares are part of my life, and I think it's because I'm a Mercury Pluto square person. So with bugs, with everything gross, with everything scary, there's a lot of just natural jump scares in my life. So that's okay. No worries at all. I've learned to laugh at everything. You actually, like someone that loves the horror genre and horror movies, like me and like a lot of you, I'm sure, it's like, I don't know, it like tickles your brain to get scared, and it's like, it's probably just actually being horrified and scared a lot in childhood that maybe has subconsciously programmed us to just like learn to like it, but it's like a whole thing. Like to get some coaching on script writing. I would book the consigliere session for that. Consigliere session is like the umbrella sessions for like all of the things. So yeah, Jonathan, whenever you're ready, book the consigliere session, and then we'll get you all sorted and taken care of. Do you offer any coaching for creative writing? Could you do a video on how to creatively write? I do one-to-one coaching for creative writing, so that would also go under the consigliere session. So I would say get your ideas and thoughts together, get like a little, plan together, book your session. We'll email back and forth. We'll set up a time and date, and then we will hop on the Zoom, and that'll be a recorded session. So then you'll have that like to refer back to. So, and then maybe I will do something on creative writing too. So, said the spider to the fly. Okay, I am gonna log off for real, but last, what I will leave you guys with is a quote from one of my favorite movies. And you guys know that I love this surrealism. What is chaos for the fly is normal for the spider. What is chaos for the fly is normal for the spider. I love you guys. Take care. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.